What is good, Ninja? OG over here from PlayerEssence, and welcome to the PE Nintendo Switch and Gaming News video. Today we have some awesome information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Square Enix on why the Secret of Mana remake isn't planned for the Nintendo Switch. Square Enix's new Secret of Mana remake isn't currently planned for the Nintendo Switch. That's somewhat surprising given the company's support of the console thus far. We also can't forget that the Seiken Densetsu collection also came out in Japan earlier this year on the Nintendo Switch. Plus, we also have the Super Nintendo Classic that has Secret of Mana on there as well. Now, Red Bull recently spoke with producer Masaru Omaeda, and he managed to ask why the remake isn't in the works for the Nintendo Switch. His answer was fairly sound, in which it was explained that development started before the Switch was announced. Though Square Enix can't immediately say if the game will be coming to Nintendo Switch, the company would like to continue listening to the various requests from fans. Here are the developers' full words. Quote, "Development for the title began before the Nintendo Switch was announced, so it was definitely beyond our expectations to see the level of anticipation for the release on the platform grow this much. In terms of our current circumstance, we are unable to immediately state that this will become available on the Nintendo Switch, but we will hope to continue listening to the various requests from fans." So this is interesting because I think fans, especially where I got this article from, shout outs to Nintendo Everything for that, and this is interesting because people are kind of split on this one. You know, they're saying, well, it should have been on there. Dragon Quest XI, that was announced for the Nintendo Switch before there was even development kits too, and Square Enix obviously had priority access to Nintendo Switch development kits, so it's a little interesting to say, oh, well, this one's not coming because we didn't even know. I think that's a little bit, I'm trying to say a nice word for BS. I just don't think that's 100% truthful on this one. Square Enix knew exactly what the Switch was about and how popular it was going to be. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been committing to all these different games. Now, yes, I do know and I do realize that Nintendo probably paid for some of them or have some deals set up or something like that for a lot of these games, whether it's Dragon Quest X, the online MMO, or it's games like Dragon Quest XI, ensuring that those do come to Nintendo Switch. But I just find it kind of hard to believe that they couldn't anticipate the growth and everything of this system when they've been big supporters of the system and decided to bring the Seiken Densetsu collection to the Nintendo Switch. Now, you have to remember that games are developed by different teams, and I doubt that the same team that's working on the Secret of Mana remake is also working on the Seiken Densetsu collection. I'm not sure what's going on there, because if it was, then obviously he'd be lying at that point if it was the same teams. But at the same time, I do feel that there's some more going on, and obviously he does not want to say, guys. Sometimes developers do lie, and I'm not sitting here and saying that he is 100% lying or anything like that, but I do feel that there's more going on behind the scenes, and that is my own personal opinion. You guys can definitely take what he says at face value, and that's completely fine if you guys do so, but I'm feeling there's a little bit more going on. And on top of that, he pretty much alludes to it saying, hey man, we didn't know that there would be this much demand for this game or whatever the case is. And will this game come to Nintendo Switch in the future? Maybe, maybe not. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm not port begging for it at all. So Square Enix, you know the system. Obviously, you've developed on the system. You've seen the sales so far. There's a lot of people that are anticipated for your games. Just put it out if you can put it out. If not, you're not getting a single port begging tweet or anything from me, so you guys can do that, but I'm definitely not. So what do you guys think about Square Enix's answer to this? Do you feel that it's off base? Do you feel that he's right on with what he's saying? Because I do understand that sometimes developers did start a project before they even knew what the Switch was, and they're just going to continue with their plans because they have a smaller size team, or maybe the funds aren't there. Maybe the publisher says, nope, we're not going to do it right now. So it is what it is, but what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and now we're getting into the Nintendo downloads for October 12th, 2017 in North America. We've got Yono, Wolverblade, and more. So this week's North American Nintendo downloads are as follows. Nintendo Switch Retail, 88 Heroes-98 Heroes Edition, that's $29.95. Unboxed Newbie's Adventure for $29.99. We also have Switch Download, and those were both retail games, by the way, so you can go pick those up at retail and also on the eShop. So Switch Download only, so ACA Neo Geo The King of Fighters 95 for $7.99, The Flame in the Flood for $14.99, Neon Chrome for $14.99, and I know Mark Bryant, one of my users, says that that's a pretty good game. So yeah, check it out if that's something that you're interested in. Putty Pals for $9.99, and that's available on October 18th. So it's not available today, it'll be available next week. Rogue Trooper Redux, $24.99, and that will be available October 17th, so that's also next week. Square Boy vs. Bullies Arena Edition for $4.99. Wolverblade is not available, and that seems to be like the pick for a lot of people so far, for $19.99. And Yono and the Celestial Elephants for $14.99. And this was actually featured on one of Nintendo's Indie Directs, or one of Nintendo's Directs that they had, this Yono and the Celestial Elephants. So I might have to check that one out. As far as demos go, we do have Ocean Horde Monster of the Uncharted Seas that has a free demo that you can download. In terms of the Wii U, the downloads are Volgar the Viking for $9.99. The Wii U Virtual Console has the Digital Champ Battle Boxing for $5.99. Legend of Hero Tanma for $5.99. Moto Rotor for $5.99. In the 3DS, we've got the Etrian Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth for $39.99, and that will be available October 17th. That is retail and also on the eShop. 3DS download Little Adventure on the Prairie for $2.99. 3DS themes, we've got Etrian Odyssey 5 Beyond the Myth theme, and then there's some eShop sales going on and different activities as well. I'll have a link to all of that in the description below. So what do you guys think about this week's downloads? I'm looking at a few different games here. Wolverblade looks really interesting to me, and the Yono and the Celestial Elephants, that game also looks really interesting to me too. Just looks kind of cute, so I wanted to check that one out. Are any of these titles you guys planning to buy? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, and moving into the last article here, we get our first sneak peek from Forever Entertainment and their brand new title, Hollow, for the Nintendo Switch. So on Twitter, Forever Entertainment had this to say about the game. First sneak peek from the Nintendo Switch version of Hollow. We are absolutely amazed on how good Nintendo Switch is able to run Hollow in high-spec PC quality. At Unreal Engine plus Nintendo Switch can do some magic. Stay tuned for more materials. Hashtag Nintendo Switch, Unreal Engine 4, Nintendo Everything, and Nintendo Live. Yo, they actually shouted those two out at them. So nice for entertainment. You can at PlayerEssence while you're at it if you're watching this video next time. But yo, really, this is actually really cool. I like the fact that they're showing it off, and looking at this footage here, yeah, it looks great running in the portable mode. Obviously, we need to see a little bit more of it. The frame rate looks okay. It looks like it's going to be running at 30 based on what's here, but you never know based on what they're doing as far as the portable mode. You don't know when it's docked, what it's going to be at, but either way, it's still looking really good. It looks like you'd see it on PS4, Xbox One, or whatever the case is. The geometry, everything so far, and playing this game in portable mode is probably going to look awesome. Shout out to them for showing off a sneak peek and probably still optimizing and making sure everything runs good there. But I'm actually excited for Hollow. I remember covering this game a couple times before. I know NewZ T covered the game as well with a long gameplay video or a look at the game as far as it coming to Switch. And these are exactly the type of games that I want to see before we get the bigger stuff coming in, because Hollow, it seems like a pretty solid title based on what I've seen. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything actually works out with the game. The combat, how it runs on the Switch, docked mode. Are they going to be like 720p 30 frames per second like Doom and some of the other ones, or is it going to be a little bit better? But the one thing that you can say about this game and what developers are doing as far as working that magic, like he says, is Unreal Engine 4. It's already been updated to Unreal Engine, I think 4.15 on the Nintendo Switch, and apparently this new update as far as for Unreal Engine makes things a lot better as far as getting parity on the Nintendo Switch compared to other consoles. Now obviously PC is still going to be the way to go. Obviously PC is still going to look the best, and PS4 and Xbox One are probably going to look better, but the gap is definitely shortening when it comes to the consoles. And on top of that, you can just optimize and you can get things running better and looking better on the Nintendo Switch. So that is actually very important as far as getting that really good Unreal Engine 4 support, getting the engine optimized. And it seems like Nintendo worked really hard with Epic in order to get that done, because they wouldn't be praising it as much as it is, and it probably wouldn't look as good as it does here without that support. So look at Unity and then look at Unreal Engine 4. Look at what's going on with Unreal Engine 4, then look at what's going on at Unity, and you would see that engine support and as far as optimization is key. You have to have that on that end as far as the back end goes with the developers and the people who make it. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems with your games, because Hollow absolutely destroys like Battle Chasers and Bomberman in graphics, yet look at what we're seeing here. You know what I'm saying? They're not having as many issues so far as it seems. So let me know what you guys think about this here. What are your thoughts on Hollow? Will you guys be picking this title up? Are you interested in getting it? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon page, pledge any tier, be entered in to win some prizes. In addition to that, we have Discord voice chat and prize eShop tournaments. Also, make sure you check out our brand new YouTube live gaming page and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence. It works just like Twitch, where you can earn emotes for the chat, plus you can get entered into my friends list in order to participate in tournaments. So check out the link in the description below and consider sponsoring PlayerEssence right here on YouTube Gaming Live. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Nintendo, and Japanese gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.